And welcome to Saturday Morning Chat. It's Nick. It's Ethan. We're in the same room. Look at us. Look at that. Yeah, we're here in the same room. And my microphone is not being recognized by my MacBook. Because why would something go right as I self-promote right now? Because this has been a crapshoot already. But what won't be a crapshoot is the rest of the show. We have a lot of exciting content coming your way. As exciting as we can make it, given that this was thrown together partially at the last second. But Ethan, you're here. I'm here. It feels right.
Oh, Nick, so glad that you're back.
Thank you.
in
Thank
person.
you.
It's been a
That was touching.
time coming. Last time I saw you was at the cornhole tournament, and now here we are.
We did get bested that day, but today we will be the best.
But here we are. I have a lot to talk about. I'm going to let you introduce it because you seem so excited about this today.
What, Urban Meyer?
Talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, Urban Meyer is a scum. That's what we'll get. There we go. And we'll show that. There we go. So that's our first topic today. One day, when I move down here next week, we'll get the production value ramped up a little bit more, assuming we're allowed to continue doing the show. But Urban Meyer, we've seen a lot of things going on with him in this last week. Not only are the Jaguars bad, but Urban's down bad because he's getting grinded on by 19-year-olds at a bar days after losses when he says he's at home to visit family and stuff in Ohio after Cincinnati came back and beat him. The thing I want to start off with this is that everyone's saying that if the Jags were 4-0 instead of 0-4, that this wouldn't be a story. It would be a non-story. And I cannot tell you how much I disagree with that thought process. What?
No, yeah, exactly. You're right.
Because
continue.
Here's a married man.
Sorry, I'm about to flip out already.
A married man getting grinded on by a much younger woman. And you can say, okay, he's drunk. She was just like, hey, look, it's Urban Meyer, and just started grinding up on him. And he was in too much of a state of psychosis to push her off and be like, no, no, no. But there's these weird Snapchats of like, this old man won't stop hitting on me. There was another one about his fingers like going in her butt, or he was grabbing her butt. Again, I don't know what part of that's true or not. I wasn't there, thankfully. But we've seen all these things, all of these stories coming out of Urban. Kind of knew what was going on, it seems like. And I feel that if an NFL head coach is getting grinded on by a much younger woman at a bar after a loss, when it's weird to me. It's weird to me that people think that if they were 4-0, that the story would be any different, because regardless of the team's record, you're a piece of crap for doing this. You're a piece of crap for letting it go on. You're a piece of crap for getting too drunk to where you're not capable, or to whatever he was, to just be like, yo, like, don't do this. And I think that I don't even know what the thought process is of people that are saying if they were undefeated instead of unwinning, unwon, I don't know. Neither of those were words, but if they were defeated, I don't know.
Defeated.
Yeah, if they were defeated. Yeah, I always forget that's the actual term. I'm not dumb. That just is a thing that slips my mind. But yeah, I don't understand how, if they were 4-0, how it would be any different, because you're still cheating on your wife. You're still out there being a big blemish on the team's image, because as a head coach, a big part of you are the team's image in a way. You're basically, some GMs obviously are, public figures, but usually the head coach is one of the biggest public figures that you'll see representing a team. Obviously there's the owners and stuff. Jerry Jones is probably the most notorious face of the Cowboys front office, and he owns the team. But in a lot of ways, the head coaches are the people out in public that, represent the management of the teams. Again, with exceptions. And so I still think, regardless of record, that him doing this would have been bad regardless of the record. And I don't know why that's a narrative that's being taken. But Ethan, while I gather my next train of thought on this subject, what do you make of the whole thing?
I don't want to say it's hilarious, but it's pretty hilarious. First off, early in the preseason, there were things going around like, oh, Urban Meyer is not meant to be and should not be in an NFL locker room because, he just doesn't know what the hell's going on. He doesn't. You hear all these things that are coming out like, oh, yeah, it's a lot different here in the NFL than it is in college. Like, there's a different type of relationships that you're that you're trying to build, and it's more professional in a way than you are a coach because you're getting paid a salary as a player, and your career. I mean, really, when you look at it in college, that coach is your lifeline for anything. If you want to go pro, that's your college coach. If you disagree or say anything bad about your coach in college, your professional career, your professional aspirations, they could be gone. So in the NFL, it's a whole lot different. You get called by your first name. You don't get called coach. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on, and then this stuff's the icing on the cake for them. And, these players are basically revolting on him. What did he earlier in the week? What did he? What is it? Skip? Did he skip, or did he just not show up to a team meeting?
Yeah.
Like what the
heck?
What the heck?
What the heck?
What
Urban?
the heck? There you go. Thank you. What the heck, Urban? So I mean, just I don't even know. It's unfathomable what happened. You go to a bar in Ohio. You're employed in Jacksonville, in Duval County. That's where you're employed at. Okay, that's where you're employed at. You're not employed in Cincinnati. You're not employed in Columbus.
We're in the public eye right now too with these giant windows here.
I know, but you are employed by and in Jacksonville.
What are we?
Yes, you are. What?
These people are staring at us.
I don't know. I don't know what the problem is.
Hey, if you see us podcasting, get out of the way.
I know.
We're a train that doesn't stop.
Tune into Stranded Sports on YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you for that glowing recommendation.
So you're not employed, or you're not technically living right now where you went to the bar. I know it's his own bar, and I know I'm just kind of just rambling on right now, but this is
but it's very personal.
It's words can't.
Ethan will never cheat on his future wife.
No, I will not. Why would you do this? Why? Wasn't there already shit on him? Wasn't there already dirt on him in Ohio State for doing the same exact thing? Well, there you go.
So the real deal with this whole thing has been that, Urban has not been, it's a live stream. You ever hear of it? Idiots. Acting like two white guys talking into a microphone. It's a foreign concept. It's 2021. Podcasts have been relevant for like 5 years now. If you see two white guys talking and it's not into a microphone, you should be surprised, not vice versa. But yeah, like all we've heard with Urban Meyer has been drama. He signs Tim Tebow. He signed the one coach that had some racial issues in the earlier on in his career. He left, he resigned, whatever happened. I don't care about the Jaguars, so I can't remember the coach's name or exactly what position. But he, they're the redheaded stepchild of the NFL teams in Florida. But it's fun to laugh at them for now. They're a team that when they're good, it's kind of fun to root for them, especially that Blake Bortles. But you have the Tebow thing, you have the racist coach thing, you've got all of these events building up basically, and you've heard since the beginning that he's lost the locker room. How do you get the respect of your locker room by doing this? And granted, he didn't know this was going to happen. He wasn't like, I'm going to go to the bar and get grinded on tonight. But if there's all these concerns of you not having respect in the locker room, how are you going to go and publicly embarrass yourself like this?
You lose the game.
They blew the lead in the game,
Yeah, they blew the lead. I didn't watch this game because why would you watch this shitty ass?
For Joe Burrow, baby.
Matchup? Well, yeah, that's your only reason.
I was stocking apples.
But, you lose the game. You're not the home team. I mean, I guess it would be
He feels like he's at home because he's in Ohio.
Yeah, that's true. But it would be a little different if you go out to a bar after a win at home or after a loss at home, maybe. I think Todd Haley did that at Tequila Cowboy one year. But no, you lost. And you're on the road. Fly back with your damn team. Show some. God, it's not even early. It's 11:30. Show
some respect.
Some respect and some leadership. Urban. Hooray! Show some respect. Show some leadership to your team that you've already lost, and you have lost even more Shad Khan, I think that's what the owner's name
Shad
is.
Khan, his
Yeah.
son's Nick Khan, runs AEW. Long live
Yeah.
CM Punk. Or no, it's Tony Khan, not Nick Khan.
So he said, Urban will have to regain our respect. And Urban said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to work to gain the respect." No, I don't think he'll ever regain.
Well, there were players laughing at him. They said they were like
Which
laughing
is-
about
which
it,
is
which
like
is the appropriate
the worst-
reaction.
yeah, which
when your
is
coach
like-
gets grinded, I was like, you know what,
Yeah.
guys, really sorry about that one.
That's like
You're sorry you got caught, Urban.
that's like the lowest point, the lowest of lows where Urban Meyer can be at is his own players laughing at his ass for getting grinded on last Thursday in his own bar.
I don't want to talk about Urban Meyer anymore. He's a piece of crap.
Yep. He doesn't
Is
deserve our
essentially what
ears.
it comes
He
down
doesn't
to.
deserve our
He doesn't
airtime.
deserve more than 11 minutes of our time. Anyway, we'll move on to our games to watch. No gambling advice for you this week, although my buddy Mark said take Michigan 2.5 against Nebraska. You definitely want to take that. They're minus 2.5, I believe. Take it, whatever. Also, FanDuel's doing some Penn State Iowa spread thing where it's an insane amount. It's obviously gonna not happen or whatever. I can't remember exactly. I don't know if it's whatever it is. It's a ridiculous number. Like when DraftKings did the Chiefs spread was minus 100 or plus 100 or whatever the hell it was. I can't think right now. Games to watch though. I got Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, listen, Kansas City's what 2-2 this year. They're last in their division, I think, at 2-2. But this is still we're not going to pretend this is still probably a potential playoff matchup, a potential AFC championship matchup. And we're getting it right now in early October. So how don't you want to watch this game? The Bills defense has been on a tear. Kansas City, obviously, they've given up a lot of points in basically every game as far as I can recall. Can you believe I work Sundays? Like I get spark notes of the NFL now on notifications and stuff and get to watch like 2 games a week. It's ridiculous. But thankfully I'm leaving retail. See you later. Hopefully. See you retail. But I mean, this is a fun game to watch. It's Sunday Night Football. You get Carrie Underwood screaming into the mic. You get excited a little bit. You feel a little tingle in your trousers because this game is so exciting on paper, and you hope it lives up to the hype as a lot of the primetime games have this year. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, 2 future one of them is a star, maybe future Hall of Famer. But they're stars of the league, and they will be well into the future is the point I was trying to make. And I just don't know how you wouldn't want to consider this as a game to watch. It's a future playoff game. It's a defending Super Bowl, well, not defending Super Bowl champion last year, but from 2 years ago, a team that made it to the Super Bowl last year. And I don't know how you wouldn't want to watch this. Come on now. Ethan, what do you have to say?
I think I agree.
Yeah.
All your points that you made were completely valid. This is a game where, you got Patrick Mahomes, who's, somewhat struggled, I should say, the first month of the season. Hasn't looked himself early on.
Would you go that far?
I think I would.
Would you go that far?
Patrick Mahomes was,
14 touchdowns.
Granted.
4 interceptions. Okay,
Granted,
I don't think he'd ever thrown an interception
granted,
in September
granted,
until this year.
That's why I said for his standards, it's
Mhm.
bad because he's never lost a game in September. They were 1-2 in September, I think. I think that was their record in September. But yeah, this is a great game for the Chiefs to prove their worth and prove that they're still top dogs in the AFC, going up against a strong Buffalo Bills team who's really, poured it on. They beat Houston 40-0, which,
Couldn't beat the Steelers.
Houston's not a very good team. But, still, they showed a lot of what Buffalo Bills style football is. And that is why this game is going to be a great game to watch. So great pick, Nick.
Thank you. Do you have your own picks, or are we just going with mine?
I have my own pick.
Oh, well, don't let me get in your way.
And screw football. It's postseason baseball, baby.
I thought you were going to get into the NASCAR hype that I was in last week. I was starting to get excited.
I did not watch
Speaking of tingles in my trousers, I was starting to get excited.
Postseason baseball is back. Been a lot of snooze fests, except for that nationally wild card game. But my game to watch is tonight.
Last night's game turned into a train wreck.
It did. It really did. But my game to watch is The Atlanta Braves are on the road against the Milwaukee Brewers. Game 2 of the National League Division Series in Milwaukee should be a great matchup. It was the closest game yesterday. It was 2-1. 2-1. What the fuck? 2-1 Milwaukee. They beat the Braves in that one. No Richard Rodriguez on the Braves roster anyway. But there's my baseball fix for the day.
I appreciate it. Baseball is a sport that I love, but it's really hard to get into it when the Pirates are so bad. Ethan's going to get all pissy at me for saying that. It's really hard. I've tried to follow the main story on best I could.
Did you watch
but
the final week of the
playoff
season?
Baseball is really exciting. Probably for me, honestly, number 2 behind only the NHL, which is weird because those are probably the two. Actually, no, that's not true. The NHL is probably the top major 4 sport that I watch the least, but it's my favorite playoffs. MLB's up there too. I think it's got to be ranked second. If maybe it's even interchangeable with hockey at certain points, but definitely going to be checking out those games. A lot of teams to hate in the playoffs, though. The Astros, the Red Sox. Yeah, I never root for teams in the Pirates division. The Brewers, I don't even mind them. I just can't.
Right.
So I really don't know who I would want to. I don't want the Dodgers to win, although I think I'm kind of hoping for a Astros Dodgers World Series now that the Astros aren't cheating, and them being so good is just further signs that they didn't need to be cheating to begin with. But whatever, maybe that will happen. The Astros look pretty good. We'll see. Second game to watch: Penn State and Iowa tonight. College football, 2 top 5 teams battling. Really excited for this one. Not going to offer much insight because what can I tell you that you haven't already heard? Should be a great game. FanDuel's doing that promotion that I mentioned earlier. You're going to win some money on it if you make that wager. How do you not watch a game between 2 top 5 teams in college football is beyond me. And because of that thought process, that's why it's my game to watch, Ethan.
It's going to be one hell of a game, Nick.
Hell of a game.
You're 2 for 2 on your games to watch.
Thank
this
you.
Week. But I'm sticking with baseball. Sunday at 4:07, the Tampa Bay Rays travel into what do they call it? Beantown? What's Boston's nickname?
I thought it was Beantown.
Beantown?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I think so. We'll go with that. What a crazy series so far. The Rays, they blew out the Red Sox in game 1, 5-0. Then last night, the Red Sox just went on a complete tear and beat the Rays, I think, 14-6. So game 3 in Boston is going to be a great game. Hopefully it's going to be a more competitive game on both sides. But it's been very exciting. A lot of offense. If you don't like baseball because, I always watch pitchers duels. No, this is the series for you. Two teams that are slugging it out right now, trying to get solid footing. I thought the Rays were going to have solid footing this whole series. They were going to be able to go up 2-0 on Boston last night and, go for the sweep in game 3, but that was not the case. So Tampa's going to have to go into Boston and win, and hopefully win these next 2 or split the games in Boston to bring the fabled game 5 back in Tampa.
Ethan, what did you say I was 2 for 2?
Yeah, are you going to go for 3 for 3?
We are going to go 3 for 3, but
is that what I think you're going to pick?
We're going to need to go overseas for this one, Ethan. To Turkey, to the Istanbul Grand Prix in Formula One, the Turkish Grand Prix in Istanbul Park Circuit. Lewis Hamilton leading the Drivers' Championship by 2 points over Red Bull's Max Verstappen, but Hamilton, who qualified first, drops to 11th due to an engine penalty for getting a new engine component, which put him over the limit of engine components that you are allowed to change during the season. Verstappen starts in second behind Hamilton's teammate Valtteri Bottas. In his last season with Mercedes, it's going to be pandemonium down there in Turkey. And it's not even Thanksgiving, and we're already talking about Turkey. This is a must-watch race, 8 a.m. American time. You got to wake up. Forget going to church. You can go to the later mass if you need to, all right? We are going to watch the Istanbul Grand Prix, and it is surely going to live up to the hype.
Oh, my God. I guess I'll give you 3 for 3. I'll give you 3 for 3.
Hell yeah.
I guess I'll go college football with this one. How about Oklahoma, Texas? Oklahoma's still undefeated. I still don't think they should be undefeated. Spencer Rattler's a hoax. He's a bust. He's not going to be good in the NFL. He's not even good in college. Texas is going to win that one.
Okay. I respect it.
They'll cover. And here's my betting knowledge for the week. Hammer, Texas, spread. They're plus 3, or Oklahoma's -3. So hammer that +3, Texas. Horns up, baby.
It's that time. Wilder versus Fury, the third one. Technically, Fury's 1-0, even though they fought twice because there was a draw. But Wilder knocked him out, and he sat up like the Undertaker, with his eyes like that whole thing. And so they act like Wilder won the first fight, even though I thought Fury outboxed him. And up until that point, I thought deserved to win. But Wilder's a knockout machine. He's I know I'm not super into boxing. I know some of the big names like these two, obviously. I know what they can do. Fury's been the better boxer in terms of technical style with the knockout power. Wilder's more of a, I'm going to land that one punch, and that's all he needed in the first one to get to a draw. He can knock you out at any time. I know he's been working with new trainers, new coaches, I think, so maybe we'll see a different kind of Deontay Wilder from a technical standpoint. But I think you definitely need to check this one out tonight. There's not really many big stars in boxing right now, and you might disagree. You might call me a casual, which I 100% am in a boxing standpoint, but there's few really marquee draws when it comes to the general public, the general boxing demographic. And these are two guys you have to check out if you want to get into the sport. Really good for the heavyweight division, two huge personalities. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I think Deontay Wilder knocks him out tonight. I think Fury,
I agree.
He delayed the fight with COVID, whatever. Did he actually have it? I think that's a really scummy thing to not actually have it. I see you waiting. I'll get to it. But
I'll keep my hand up.
I think Wilder is focused in, and I think Fury makes the mistake, and I think Wilder gets him tonight. And then I don't know what happens because technically they'll have fought 3 times, but it's technically 1-1. If Wilder wins. So a fourth fight, that's a tiebreaker, which would make no sense to some people, but it does to me, does to him, my brother. There we go.
I agree with Nick on this one. Deontay Wilder will win this fight tonight. Okay, he ended up in a hospital the last time after the second fight in 2020 before shit hit the fan and COVID.
That was
hit.
one of the last social events I had before.
Oh yeah,
I went home for a funeral.
Oh.
And I stayed for the weekend because it was a Thursday, Friday funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And we went and got some wings and watched the 2 big sweaty men beat up each other. Also, Fury last fight licked the blood off of Deontay Wilder's forehead. So a disclaimer on that one, if you're not into that sort of thing. I don't think I'm into that sort of thing, but I definitely enjoyed the showmanship.
How about the ring? Didn't Tyson Fury come out on a throne?
Yeah, and then Wilder wore his really cool outfit that allegedly weighed him down.
Okay, he did say that he picked a lighter outfit for this one. So I mean, I'm not really into like I won't watch it every weekend because, like you said, there's not many guys that
it's so hard to follow with all the different
high.
belts too.
I know.
They got WBO, WBA, HBO Max, Showtime. They got all these different belts. Just unify them.
So I'm definitely a casual fan when it comes to boxing, but I'll still watch it. So I mean, this one I'll check out. This is one I'll check out.
King.
I'll watch Canelo fight when he does fight. Ryan Garcia. I watched a couple of his.
He just got a fight announced too. I don't know who.
Because he got his last. I was mad because he got his last fight canceled.
The comments were pretty good.
Mental health issues.
The comments were good. They're like, I thought this dude just threw punches at things in his house. At his trainers.
But this one, like Nick said, it's a marquee matchup for boxing. Definitely one if you're not even into boxing at all. I know. One of my friends, Cam, as you know very well.
I love boxing.
He hates
boxing. Says Tony B.
He hates boxing.
I love boxing too. I just wish I could get into it, Tony B. I am into it. I like MMA more, but I am into boxing.
Where's our loyal viewer, Adolf Hitler?
Yeah, it's the account Adolf Hitler, which, again, just going to say this. We do not support that kind of thing, nor do we think it's a joke, but it is kind of funny that someone named Adolf Hitler keeps coming into our comments, whoever that actually is. Actually, I'd rather not know. And I don't say we hope you're doing well. I'm not getting any audio clips of us saying that because it's not true.
Right. But also on the boxing side of things, Tommy Fury
and Jake Paul starting to heat up.
I think they're closing on
If
a
you
deal.
watch Tommy Fury box that guy with a significantly worse record than him on the last Jake Paul card, I don't know how confident I feel about that. Fury's young, still got to get those sea legs, a phrase that I somehow work into every show. And speaking of shows, we're going to call it a wraps on this one. A lot of things to get to today, a lot of catching up with my pal Ethan. It's been nice catching up with all of you on Saturday Morning Chat. I didn't end the